Now, in the foods, in the yogic culture, we classify foods into three categories. These are called sattva, tamas and rajas. This can be put it this way: pranic food, positive pranic food, negative pranic food and zero pranic food. Positive prana means it adds a certain pranic energy to the system when you consume. Negative prana takes away energy from the system. Zero neither adds nor takes away, it's eaten for taste and lethargy. Yeah, people like lethargy, you don't know. Yes, a whole lot of people are telling me, we enjoy sleep. Nobody can enjoy sleep. If you're enjoying sleep, you're not sleeping. So, you may enjoy restfulness, you may enjoy the after effect of good sleep, that's different. You enjoy restfulness, you cannot enjoy sleep, you fix this in your head. Yes or no? Restfulness must for a human being, because rest is the basis of all activity. If there is no restfulness in you, you are not capable of dynamic activity. Yes or no? If you're not rested, can you be active? No. Rest is the basis of all activity. Rest is one thing, sleep is another thing. You must differentiate between the two. Sleep is a certain inertia. The difference between life and death is just this. Life is a dynamic process of the energy. Death is an inertia state of the energy. Sleep is playing between the two. The more you practice that, unknowingly you're inviting death. If you slept for 8 hours a day, you're inviting death 20 years earlier or 30 years earlier than what it should have come. Yes or no? So, if you eat positive pranic food, energy will reverberate in a dynamic way. If you eat negative pranic food, it takes away energy and causes certain deviations in energy. If you eat zero pranic, it brings lethargy and maybe you can eat it for taste to some extent. We'll look at this classification, what are the foods which fall under this. There's no need to look at the positive because a whole lot of them are positive, I can't produce a list. We look at the negative pranic list, it's a much shorter list, but unfortunately, it may be a list of all your favorite things too. On top of the negative pranic list is garlic. Garlic is a very powerful medicine. But it's one thing to consume something as a medicine and it's an entirely different thing to consume it as a daily food substance. It has many medicinal qualities. In Ayurveda and Siddha, we use garlic in a very powerful way for specific ailments. But now your logic is, every day if I pop whatever medicine I can, I will be healthy. In Ayurveda, we say like this, every root, every leaf found on this planet has some medicinal quality. It's just that only a few we have learned how to use, others we are yet to learn how to use. Otherwise, every one of them has some medicinal quality if we are willing to pay attention and learn how to use them. So now if you want to be healthy, what you do is, anyway it's fall time, there's a lot of leaf. Just go and eat as much leaf as possible and also take up a few roots and eat it, you will be very healthy. That's not how it works. Something specific for a specific problem is different. Just generally consuming medicinal substances is a different game, isn't it? Garlic is a very powerful medicine if properly used. Daily consumption, no, because it plays on your nervous system big time. It is a very strong nervous stimulant. If you use garlic, your nervous system gets stimulated in a big way. Anything that stimulates nervous system holds you up for some time and then dumps you. Daily usage of nervous stimulants in any form will slowly get you to a place that you become insensitive to life, that you cannot experience. Now, you're holding dog as the ideal because he's more sensitive than you. His nervous system is far more sensitive than you because he can feel things and know things that you cannot know. This is a higher design than the dog, isn't it so? Shall I continue with the list or just… I don't want to become unpopular here. Garlic, onion, asafoetida, green chilies. Oh, asafoetida, maybe you're not used to it. It is something very commonly used in Indian cooking. It's a very strong stimulant. Should I continue or no? Yes. Coffee, tea. No, tea means… the caffeine tea is the tea. Other things are just placebos, okay? They're not tea. You can boil any flower, any leaf, any root and call it tea, that's not tea. Tea means the tea leaf, which is caffeine. All these are nervous stimulants. Once in a way if you drink, they have some benefits. But if it becomes a daily thing, slowly it dulls your nervous system. Your ability to experience life is gone. We are looking at this dimension of the food mainly in terms of your sensitivity to life. Largely people are ego-sensitive, they are not life-sensitive, they can't feel life. For them, only their thought and emotion is life because they can't feel life. If you walk out into the forest, you can't feel the tree, that's why you call it a wood. You can't feel the creatures around you, simply because the sensitivity is gone in so many ways. One thing is just the modern life, this television, this traffic, these constant reverberations. One thing I find when I come here is, one thing that makes me get out of buildings in this country is, always something is buzzing, you know, boom, something is going. It has a very bad effect on the human system. See, we are also a kind of reverberation. There must be space to allow our reverberations to grow and spread. Now these machines have such powerful reverberation, constantly boom, something is going on. And on top of it, what we cannot hear, all these Wi-Fis and stuff, they're doing their own thing. Yes? In all this, there is no room for you to become life-sensitive. To sit here and be able to experience the whole universe takes a certain level of sensitivity. I'm talking about nervous stimulants in that context. You are lowering the possibility of experiencing life. See, for example, if you just touch this, not everybody will feel just a touch the same way. Do you know this? It depends on how sensitive your system is. If you feel this, you can know many things if you're willing. So I'm not a coffee hater, all right? But what I'm saying is, a cup of coffee should not determine the quality of your life. By choice, you drink today, tomorrow you walk away, it's fine. If it's a compulsion, if I don't drink my coffee, my day is ruined, then you have to do something about it. Yes? I'm only talking about this. The only parameter is, are you moving towards freedom or are you getting enslaved in some way? With a cup of liquid, you shouldn't get enslaved. Yes? With just about anything, you're getting tangled up. I'm saying do everything by choice, then there's no problem. If you do it by choice, you know when to start, when to stop, isn't it? If you do it by compulsion, what you start, you cannot stop. This is the whole problem. It's not like you become a fanatic, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, I eat this, I don't eat that. Don't become a food fanatic. It's just that eat by choice. Every meal must be by choice. Not that you've decided, this is what you will eat and this is what you will not eat. Don't make food into religion, it is not. It is a choice. And the choice should be according to the needs of the body, not according to social needs, not according to cultural needs, according to the needs of this body, isn't it? So, among the positive pranic foods, there are a few foods which are very, very positive. On top of the list is what is called as an ash god. I think here they call it a winter melon. It is not of the same potency as we find in India. The Indian ash god is like phenomenal. Ash god is very positive, black pepper is very positive. Honey is one substance on the planet whose chemical composition is very close to that of human blood. Daily consumption of honey can do wonderful things to you. And honey is an extremely good thing to eat, especially if you have children at home. Make honey culture part of your thing. Psychological stability, physical well-being, vitality, all these things can be greatly enhanced simply consuming daily honey. If you have excess fat in your body, if you drink honey with warm water, it breaks down the fat in the system. If you drink it with cold water, it'll give you weight. When we say tamas, rajas and sattva, what it means is those kind of food substances which create lethargy in the system, dullness, increases sleep. Sleep means death. You are dead for 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, whatever, or 1/3 of your life you're anyway dead. Rajas means you are active in the world. Activity without the necessary awareness, after some time you will get frustrated with activity because suddenly one day when you stop and look, you don't know why you're doing what you're doing. Tamas means you're conscious, it brings consciousness. This is not just in food, this is in us. We are also recognizing foods which support this, that's all. It is not that food will cause these qualities in you. You have these qualities, some foods support that, some foods don't support that, that's about it. Food is not a deciding factor. You can eat garbage and still be a Buddha. But why eat something which doesn't support you and go against it? See, it is like you bought a diesel car and you put kerosene in it. You buy a petrol car and you put diesel in it, it will still go, but it will not function at its optimum. So we should see what kind of food are we designed for. If you look at this fundamentally, there are various aspects which will tell you certain stories about what you should eat. Now, it is not only about human beings, it is about the individual human being. Right now, what is the nature of your quality, accordingly you should eat. If you leave it to your senses know what to eat, how much to eat, how much of what to eat. But because too much education, sense is gone. Everything is by information. What to eat, they will Google and see. If you… initially you said if a farmer can be told about meteorological predictions, if a fisherman can be told about meteorological predictions, how things will happen. I want you to understand, even now, the best fishermen in the world never look at the meteorological predictions. I've been on fishing boats with some people off the African coast and Mediterranean coast. They put their nose up in the air and he says, in 2 hours there'll be a storm, we need to go back. Okay, he never looks at the thing. Because every other creature knows there is going to be a storm. If you observe the fish, they're all behaving… when tsunami happened in southern India, we were the first people to be there. In less than 24 hours, we were there with medical vans and I was personally there. What I noticed was, there were lots of dead bodies, human dead bodies. Cattle which were tied down, they had died. None of the loose cattle had died. Even the donkeys did not die. Even the fish, not a single dead fish on the beach. All of them knew it's coming. Only human beings did not know it's coming. Not only that, in Andamans, we have a Air Force station, they have the best meteorological stuff. They did not know it's coming and the entire Air Force base got really washed up Why I'm telling this to you is because when we say we are the most evolved life on this planet, what it means is we have the most complex and sophisticated neurological system. If we have the most complex and sophisticated neurological system, we must be able to sense more things than anybody can sense, isn't it? No, don't clap, you're not sensing anything. But now, because of a little cerebral activity, our thought and emotion has overtaken us in such a way, what you think and feel has become paramount. Your psychological drama has become bigger than the cosmic drama. Yes, what you are thinking today, isn't it more important than what's happening in the entire cosmos? So because of this fallacy, because of this misunderstanding, because you're too engrossed in your own psychological drama, you can't sense it. Otherwise, I must tell you this, I was living on a farm in a remote place outside of Mysore many years ago. I hired one guy whose hearing was very bad. Because his hearing is bad, he looks like a fool because he doesn't understand what people say. So in the village, everybody makes fun of him, they call him names and things and, treat him badly. So I said, you come and live on my farm, so he lived on. He will simply sit like this, because he can't have conversations. If I have to have conversation with him, I have to shout at him, he will understand half the sentence. So he simply sits. Suddenly one day he gets up and starts preparing the plough and the bullocks. I said, what are you doing? He says, no, tomorrow we will plough. I said, there is the rain. He says, no, it's going to rain tonight. I look at the sky, it's all empty sky. How is it going to rain today? No, Swami, it will rain today. And it will for sure rain today. And tomorrow morning he's ploughing at 5:30 in the morning. Then I thought, oh, this dumb idiot, he knows something that I don't know. So I went there and sat just like him, squatting where he used to sit, same place, and I put my hand out like this, trying to feel the moisture, temperature, smell of the earth, this. I took 18 months. Every day I sat. Because I was insulted, this dumb idiot knows something that I don't know. I can't take it. So I sat there, felt it, watched the leaves, watched the insects, watched the birds. Then today, I will tell you, if I say there's going to be rain, 90% there is going to be a rain. This is not some magic, this is not some yoga, this is just observation. That's all.
See, if it's a question of survival, eat garbage and you survive, what's the problem? If it's about survival. I think largely we've passed that situation of how to survive. Now it's a question of choice. We've brought life to… everything to a choice. Almost every human being can choose and eat. There still is a segment of unfortunate population which cannot choose, they have to eat what comes. But that's not so in this country. Definitely one can choose and eat. So once choice comes, what to eat? There's a whole dimension of how to know what to eat and what not to eat. If I go into this is an elaborate affair, but every human being can generate the necessary awareness that if food appears, you know what to eat and what not to eat. Above all, what kind of food is your system designed for? That is the kind of food you eat. Don't make food into a philosophy or a religion. Food is about the body. It must go through the system with minimum amount of resistance. For example, because the question is about vegetarian or non-vegetarian, how we look at the food is, if you eat any food, what is happening is the food has to become a part of your system, it has to be integrated to become you. If the food that you consume has a very complex sense of memory and information, then our body's ability to break it and make it a part of ourselves is reduced. If you eat a simple memory code or the genetic code in a particular creature, let's say you eat a vegetable, it is very simple. Or in other words, in the evolutionary scale, whatever is furthest away from you, that's what you must consume. Or in other words, you never consume a mammal because it is too close to you and its memory is too complex and you will never be able to break it down 100%. If you consume this, partly you break down the genetic code, another part of it remains. Or in other words, gradually the animal qualities will enter your system and unknowingly these things will find expression. People are going through anger, stress, just simply rage everywhere. This is simply because of the one main reason is the food that they're consuming. So, whatever is the simplest memory code, that is what you must consume so that easily you can break it down and make it a part of yourself. Or whatever is furthest away from you. In the evolutionary scale, that's the best thing. So in that context, if you must eat non-vegetarian food, the fish is the best thing to eat because it is the first form of life on this planet. As it gets more complex, as you come towards mammals, it's becoming very complex and that's not suitable for human consumption. We can show various parameters in the body, the length of the alimentary canal, how things happen in the system. If you look at all this, clearly the body is stating what it wants. When it comes to food, you should not ask your doctor, a guru or a nutritionist, no, you must ask your body. You eat something and see how quickly the food moves out of your stomach bag into the intestine. If it's happening very quickly, within 2.5 hours, if everything is gone, that's good food to eat. If it's lingering on between 4 to 6 hours, that's not good thing to eat.